Hello there. Today's shave's going to be kind of a retro shave. It's kind of going back to my roots. Most of you guys know, if you're new, I'll recap for you, but most people that follow me, follow my posts online and my videos, know that I started out in the 70s with one of these, a black-handled Super Speed. And I started out with Wilkinson sword blades. And I used them for about 10 years. And I was in a grocery store locally that I don't normally shop in. And just for grins, and because of our addiction, you know what I'm talking about, I had to go by the shave aisle. And lo and behold, look what I found. $1.19 a tuck, which ain't bad. That's about what they are, I think, online. Wilkinson sword. These are the classics, the German-made blades. So they should be close to what I was using, or as close as Wilkinson swords are today to what I was using. They were a quality blade when I used them. I'm hoping that this, from what I read, this is the top of the quality of the Wilkinson line. You got these and the ones made in India for the Asian market. So I think these are going to be the European and Western market. And so they should be a pretty good blade, but I'm excited to try them again after all these years. So, you know, this is kind of like a trip back, sort of, for me. And I'm going to be using my Simply Beautiful Pure Badger brush. And if this was really a retro shave, then I should be using a can of Barbasol. But, man, that's not going to happen. But while I was there at that local store, I found this right here. Now, I have never used Williams before, but I've wanted to try it. Never could find it locally, but I keep looking and looking and looking. And so I ran across it. I thought, why not? I bought 4 pucks of it. That's all they had in stock. I bought 2 tucks of the Wilkinson blade. They even had Schick injector blades. And the Jim Blue Star single edge blades. I bought everything they had. And so let's go ahead, and I took the Williams puck and I put it in my Ship Recovery Old Spice mug. And that's probably not the first puck of Williams that mug's had in it. And so I'm going to pour the water off of that now. It's been soaking. Now I'm going to start the lather. I've had people tell me stuff like, or rather I've read, they haven't told me. I read that Williams is notoriously hard to lather. People say it's a thirsty soap. Well, I don't know. I've never lathered it before. So this is going to be a first for me. It has a nice clean scent. I've heard people say that the scent was objectionable on Williams. It's just, to me, a nice clean scent. I can get maybe sort of a bit of lemon, but it's not strong enough to really be for sure. It's certainly not citronella candles or anything like that, as far as I'm concerned. I'll tell you what it really reminds me of, and the scent's not similar, but the strength is. But it reminds me, or rather, Vanderhagen reminds me, the Vanderhagen Deluxe reminds me of the Williams, simply because it's a nice simple, clean type of scent. It's just there. It's not. The Vanderhagen Deluxe is a little more perfumey. But it's a light, clean kind of scent, and that's what this is giving me. It's what I'm getting off the Williams. And the Vanderhagen, though, is melt and pour vegetable base, if I'm not mistaken. The Williams is tallow. And all the tallow soaps that I have ever used, they always leave my face feeling really nice. I have some vegetable-based soaps that do as well, but not all of them, you know. And now, mind you, I've never tried all the tallow-based soaps that are made. I'm not saying that. What I am saying is that the tallow-based soaps that I have tried, they have all been really nice to my face. Now that's, I don't know how long that took, but it didn't take very long. I don't know how stable the lather's going to be. There are some small bubbles here. Let me whip it just a tiny bit more, just to make it just to try to, and the soap is fairly slick. Let me wet my face and start this shave. Okay, the lather feels pretty good. Slight lemony, maybe just a little lemon pledgy kind of scent to it. I don't know how to describe it, but now slickness is not great. I can tell you that just from clearing the runways. Well, the blade could definitely be sharper. At least by feel, anyway. Definitely not the Wilkinson swords I remember. Or maybe I remember them with fondness. Through the fog of years gone by and nostalgia, I don't know. But the blade is not, this blade is not, in my opinion, at least from the initial feel of the shave, They're not particularly sharp. It's not a dull blade by any means, but it's not impressing me with the overall sharpness or smoothness of the way that it cuts. And that's about subpar for a first pass. Most of my first passes are slightly smoother than that. But now the Williams has got some decent slickness. I can feel it. Having cleaned my face off with the water, there's still slickness on my face. So that's a plus in its favor. Let's go for pass number 2. Not really a problem lathering this soap. And I got a good lather with it. I think that with practice, with use, I could get an even better lather. These blades, to be honest, remind me quite a bit of the Dorco ST300s. The 301 is a much sharper, smoother blade that I actually love. The 300s they'll do the job, but they're not particularly sharp. Neither of these. I can tell you that initially, though, the blade did not feel comfortable, but as I began to shave with it, it's a lot more comfortable than it was in the beginning. After the first couple of strokes that I took. And it has a, that's a lot smoother than, normal. So the first pass with that blade wasn't all that great. Maybe that was operator error. It's a much smoother pass this second time around. I could stop right there and everything would be good. But I'm going to go on to the third pass. And anyway, what I was saying about the first few strokes with this blade, it actually felt kind of uncomfortable. Almost, but not quite tuggy. But as I shaved with the blade, it smoothed out. And I get the sense that, I could use some pressure with this blade if I wanted to. and I don't have a lot of fear that it would cut me. It seems like a very forgiving blade, but the problem is that I do believe that I would get a ton of irritation if I tried to push this blade. But no, my first impression of this blade was actually wrong, because it's actually ending up to be very smooth. So maybe I read on the back of the package, and it said that it had 3 different types of coatings of PTFE and ceramic and something else. So I don't know if it's possible or not, but maybe that first pass had to wear through or smooth out that coating on the edge, because that is a 100% different blade on this last shave than it was when I first started. And I have to say that I like the blade. It's not as sharp as some others. The comparison to the 300, the ST300, was wrong. That first pass or so, yeah. But here at this last pass, the blade turned into something incredibly smooth as far as shave goes. And I think if these were my only D blades, I'd be pretty happy. They're pretty good blades, in my opinion. Understand that I prefer a mild razor and a mild type of shave because they're smooth and comfortable. And that's what that blade is. It's nice and smooth and comfortable. Not the sharpest, blade you'll find, but it's not dull and tuggy. It's got some smoothness to it. And so I'm going to finish the shave off with some old vintage Avon Wild Country aftershave. That's this and Old Spice were the 2 aftershaves I used the most when I first started shaving. My mother used to buy me lovely, not a lot of burn, so not a lot of, almost zero burn. So, and I'm going to add just a tiny bit more to that, because just to make sure that very little burn, almost zero, just a tiny little bit along in here. So the shave was not only smooth, but almost irritation free. The Wild Country smelled wonderful, just like I remembered. I like the Williams. Would it be my top choice? No, not at all. I have some soaps in here that are just wonderful. But the Williams works really well. It was not difficult for me to lather it. The smell is pleasant and clean. It's nothing that's very remarkable. It's not memorable. I'm not going to jump for joy at the scent, but it's nice and clean. And if Williams was all I could get, I could shave with that and be happy. So I've had a good shave. I've enjoyed this time. I hope that you joined in and enjoyed it with me. Wonderful shave. The Wilkinson Classics will be a blade that I might start keeping around, especially if I can get it locally, and it gives me a really good shave. Nice and smooth. And the feel of the blade is good. So, alright, that's my shave. God bless you. I'll see you on the Wet Shave video Facebook page and the Big Shave and the forums and Google Plus and all those wonderful wet shaving hangouts we all tend to gravitate toward. Thanks for watching and being a part of my shave this evening, and God bless you. Later.